All right, welcome, ladies, to Networking Expert Coffee Time. At this time, I would like to go ahead and go around the room and let's do our very best 30-second introduction. We're not doing an offer. Just tell us what you do, who you are, what your business does, how your business can help us, all in 30 seconds, and make it clear. And I'm going to go ahead and start with Tamara. She looks ready. And then we'll go to Grace.
You always start with me. What is really going on? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, my name is Tamara Patrick, and I own Pivot Coaching. And what I do is I help women over 50 find their purpose. I give them purpose, motivation, and direction. So they not only just survive in their life, but thrive. So there you go. It's not as good as I want it to be. I'm trying to change it. I hear you.
Just when you think you have it down and you have it perfect, you'll want to change it again because, we change little things here and there. Thank you, Tamara. Please put in the chat how you want people to reach you. Grace, and then we will go to Nadia.
From Whitby, Ontario, Canada. I am a biblical scholar and also an expert on superfoods, and I help you put superfoods in your diet either through capsules or coffee and tea so that you can be healthier. And I will talk more about that in detail later.
Grace, please go ahead and put in the comments how you want us to reach you. Thank you so much. That was wonderful, Grace. Every time you do it, you get just a little bit more clear on what you want to get across to others and how you can help them. And I love that. We are going to go to Nadia, and then hopefully Heather will be back with us.
Good morning, everybody. And my name is Nadia. I am an event specialist. I do events for different occasions, corporate, fundraising, small businesses, also gala and art galleries. And my favorite, it is baby shower and bridal shower. I try to get away for weddings, but sometimes I just cannot say no to some people. So that's what I do, and I love to get to you.
Awesome, Nadia. Beautiful. Nadia, please put in the chat how you want us to reach you. Heather, welcome back.
Thank you. I still couldn't get my background going, but I will get it done. I'm Heather with Just Different with Heather, and I'm all about helping you make smarter decisions across your life, money, and well-being. Life isn't a one-size-fits-all journey, and that's why I believe in an approach that is uniquely tailored for you. Whether you're looking to transform your financial habits, level up your personal development, or focus on your wellness, or even travel, I'm here to guide you through the way that feels fresh, real, and most importantly, different. In a world full of generic advice, I provide tools and strategies that not only help you succeed, but feel authentic to your personal story. It's about creating balance that works for you so you can take charge of your future with confidence.
Awesome. Oh, Heather, that is so clear, so professional, and I'm so proud of you, Heather. That is awesome. Heather, please go ahead and put your link in the chat of how you want us to reach you. And with that said, we have two of our speakers here today, and that is Grace and Nadia. And of course, we are recording this. I don't know, Tamara, if you and Heather yet are on the February calendar, but make sure you get with me on what dates you may want to speak in February. So let's go ahead and turn it over to Nadia. And while Nadia is talking for the next 10-ish minutes, I would like for everyone to go to the chat and just put any events you have coming up into the chat. They don't have to be your own events. Maybe you're speaking somewhere else. Maybe you want to invite someone to an event. Maybe you want to invite someone to a new group that you're in. But one event, please. Put it into the chat. Nadia, are you ready?
Thank you. We are at month of February. And what did February say? Valentine's, hearts. Talk about your hearts, who you love. It's not, Valentine's is actually, it's not new, and it's not something that it happened overnight. Actually, we need to go back to the centuries when Roman, actually, when it started back then, that they were having a festival, and I cannot pronounce the name of that festival. It was about celebration and start from February 13 to February 15. And that is when they were actually doing fun facts, and the younger men will hit the younger woman, and they thought that will actually be something that younger women be more fertile, so they can actually have a son as they wanted it at that time. Mostly they wanted a son. So we don't know why, but men, so that's what it is. And also after the Roman had this kind of festivity, and after that, the next month, women will do the same thing for men. They will hit them, and they were thinking that, maybe they will have a maid later. So, and after that, when Valentine's start to growing and more and become a celebration for, actually, it wasn't for romantic. It was more like, it was just like a celebration of friendship, and being giving gifts to the friends that you like, you love, and all that. It was more friendship. And after that, when it's come to our time, or this century, it's more got into the being hyped as a gift giving, and being very, I don't know, how you wanna. Everybody have different kind of saying about it, how they got it done, but that is when everything got more advertisements. We can say it more money making thing, so to become a more money making for everybody. Actually, Valentine's is come from friendship, and we made it a romantic feeling for it to become a romantic, but it's just another day, but it's really nice to have that romantic feeling for people that are like to have it that day. And just want to say something about Valentine's. If you are in the mood of Valentine's being really Valentine's for you, instead of buying those gifts, I suggest for you to just make it one-on-one and have a heart-to-heart talk, and be a heart-to-heart day for you. Not like every other day that you are actually going around and pulling your hair, and we're all doing that, doing different things. Just be yourself. Just let him be him, and that way your bond will be stronger, and your heart's gonna be more just touched, maybe I could say, say least. But as we celebrate Valentine's these days, it is very important because it reminds us about love and affection. And that is the one thing that it is right now. And we need love and affection in this world at this moment that we are living. We need love. We need love each other. We need love everybody. So that's another thing that we can think of when the February 14 come, instead of reaching out to somebody else and give love to them. And it is very important to you place this, day as a day of your giving love to the ones that you love most, reminding them of what you love about them, what they mean to you, how you can improve your relationship with them. So that is the most important thing that day is reminding, for me at least, for everybody, just like love, love your, love, 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 love. And this actually is a symbolize of the deep relationship, how our grandfathers used to see it, and how we can see how deep this mean from our generations back, that how the love was important to them. And we actually got that from long time ago, before I said, let me see the date on it. It was that before BC, actually. So a long, long time ago. So that is one of the things that you should look into it. And I am looking forward this year to February 14 and celebrating love with virtually with a lot of my friends on a Zoom. So, and I will let you guys, if you have questions, let me know. I will be glad to answer anything that you have. Any comments, anything.
That is awesome, Nadia. That is awesome. So I would like to, all the time she was talking, I kept thinking to myself about relationships. She's talking about building relationship with your loved one. But that's what we do every day, is build relationships, or that's what we should be doing every day. If we're not, we should be doing something to build a relationship every single day. And Mark has always been very kind and generous. He does flowers every year for me and both of our girls. Even now, he sends flowers or takes flowers to our daughters. He started that when they were very, very young. He used to send them to the school, and then the school stopped doing it, and they'd hold them in the office, but he would do it every year and still does. He used to always take all three of us girls to dinner on Valentine's Day. And then as they got older and we got older, we're thinking, why do we do that? You get worse service because you're so busy. So now we go a few days earlier than Valentine's Day, or sometimes we stay at home and he cooks for me. He grills for me. And you know what? That's fine too, as long as we're spending time together. And I suggest, if you don't have a friend, a partner to spend Valentine's with, do something special for yourself. Build that relationship for you. I wished I had the mindset that I have now when I was 30, because I take so much better care of me now than I ever have. Taking the time to do my hair, or put on that lip gloss, or go shopping and buy that new blouse, or whatever it is. I was such in a hurry and really didn't feel, I wasn't raised to take care of myself. I was raised to take care of my children, my husband, my house, work, do everything but take care of me. So work on that relationship with yourself. Have you ever went and looked in the mirror and said, who am I? What am I? How am I helping others? How can I help me today? What am I going to do for me today? When we first got on, I said, please put in what you're going to do for you today. Now, I had no idea what Nadia was going to talk about, but it goes with everything we talked about even before she started. Build that relationship. Make a phone call, maybe to a friend or sister, a brother, a neighbor, maybe you haven't talked to in a while. Build that relationship. So thank you, Nadia. Who has questions or comments for Nadia? Love, relationship, bonding. Tamara, you look busy and you look like you are thinking of something. So what do you have to say about this topic? Unmute and let us know.
I am not busy, but I'm sitting here trying to hold on a second. Oh, see, I gotta go. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
Come back to
We'll
me.
come back.
Come-
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll come back. All right, Heather, what do you have to say to Nadia?
I don't really have anything like I agree with you. Like relationships are so important. It doesn't matter what you're doing, even smiling at someone as you're walking, it can lighten their day. And I mean, Valentine's or any day this month, it is very important to give love to everyone. Yeah.
Absolutely. You are right on, Heather. And why do you have to wait till February 14th? Why aren't we already doing it? Well, I know that the ladies in this room right now already does it. Grace said she's going to walk around in Costco with her son. Do you think that's a relationship builder? Absolutely. She gets time with her son, even though they may be shopping and walking around in Costco, it's her son. They're going to talk. You know, my grandson lives with me a couple of days a week now because of his school, and we get quality time. It takes me 8 minutes to get from my house to his school in the mornings. And that is quality time, even though it's only 8 minutes. I get so much information out of him in that 8 minutes. It starts his day and it starts mine. Grace, let's go back to Tamara first, Grace. Tamara, what do you have to say?
You know, I'm not much on relationships anymore, except for relationships with friends. And I'm really working on my relationship with God. I'm really working on relationships with that. But let me tell you what I do. I am that woman. I am. I'm that woman that everybody says, oh my gosh, she's had way too much coffee. I talk to everybody. I do. Hi, how you doing? I hope you have a good day. Be blessed. And then I leave them alone. But I'm that woman. Everybody looks at me like, oh my gosh, she had way too much coffee. But I think about that a lot. And lately, I've really been thinking about my relationship with God. And that's been really, really, really on my mind. That's where my relationships are going in, where it is right now. So there you go.
Awesome. Tamara, I just want to remind you, I know you're already doing it. You didn't say you were working on yourself. And I know you are because we talked about that this morning before Nadia talked and did her speaking time, is that you are working on yourself in your relationship with yourself, and you've been doing that. So way to go. Way to go. Grace, how about you?
Yes, that was great. We should show love to everyone, and I will actually be on a Zoom on February 14th, which I just put in the chat, and I will be speaking about relationships, and especially we're talking about marriage, and so I'm talking about relationships and marriage and how to create a strong marriage. And yeah, and so Tamara
I'm
was
glad
talking.
you're doing that, Grace. I'm glad you're doing that. You know, Grace and I both have been married a very long time. And I know that's Margaret's summit, correct? And she had asked me to come on as well to talk about, you know, long-term marriages, but I will be spending that day with Big Daddy. And so I'm glad that you're able to do that, Grace. And I'm excited to hear you speak. So that's awesome. You know, there's so many ways to do relationship building, you know, with your pet, you know, build those relationships, because a pet can make you feel so much better every day. You know, when they're having a good day, I'm having a good day. Let me tell you, you know, when they're happy, the house is happy. When they're not, you know, the house is not so happy. And I know that Tamara said she's the girl, you know, that people think she's had too much coffee. Well, I guess I'm in that club with her, because no matter where I'm at, no matter who I meet, before I leave that room, I will know how many children they have, what they do for a living, how their children behave. We went to a Boy Scout Pine Derby race on Saturday. Bryson's mommy and daddy had to work, so me and Paw picked up the baby. We took him. We did the car races. It was a longest 2 hours of my life, let me tell you. With all of these kids running around, and there was a lot of downtime. And remember, he's only 5, and it's hard to keep a 5-year-old behavior intact when they have a lot of downtime, but he did well. But I did a lot of relationship building, and my husband looked over and he goes, okay, do you have everyone's name memorized, where they live, you know, what house they live in, how many kids they have, you know, because I love to speak. I love to build those relationships. I wasn't doing it just for my business. I was doing it, you know, also I could tell Christy more about the parents and, you know, about the children because she wasn't there, and how the car race went. That's the person I am, and I don't want to change that about me. That is a quality, you know, when you're not too embarrassed to talk to others for whatever reason. So thank you, Nadia. That was a great talk. And I mean, that was so needed about relationship building and seeing it from a different view, from a different window, because it goes with our business and we talk about it all the time, but you came about it with a different angle. And I love that. Great job, Nadia. And Nadia,
Thank
make
you.
sure you have all your information. Oh, I see it already in the chat about your event also on February 14th. That's awesome.
Yes.
Grace, let's turn over the next 10-ish minutes to Grace and see what she is going to add to our agenda today. Take it away, Grace.
Thank you, LaDonna. I will be speaking to you today as an organic superfood expert. But not only that, as a biblical scholar, because it goes together. And I'll tell you why. Because in the Bible, in the New Testament, 1 Corinthians chapter 6, speaking to the followers of Jesus Christ, he says, your body is the temple or the sacred dwelling of the Holy Spirit, which is the third person of the Trinity. And you're not your own because you're bought with a price, the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Therefore, honor God in your body. So that's what we need to do. And also in the first book of the Bible, Genesis, it talks about that even the seeds themselves have been classified as superfoods. Even, well, the Bible says every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree, God gives to us. And even the seeds have superfoods in them, such as chia seeds and flax seeds. Nuts are superfood, as they contain 8 different vitamins and minerals. Avocados are a fruit with a big seed in the middle of it, and it contains 4 different vitamins, carotene, omega-3, fatty acids, and it's high in fiber. And tomatoes, even though we use them as vegetables, are actually a fruit. They contain seeds and give us folate, antioxidants, vitamin C, vitamin K, and potassium. Other superfoods are beans or legumes, also blueberries, bananas, garlic, broccoli, spinach, kale, goji berries, green tea, which I'll talk about in a minute, sweet potatoes, ginger, turmeric, mushrooms, and even dark chocolate. Well, I'd like to concentrate on mushrooms. And did you know that mushrooms are technology information? There is intelligence in mushrooms. We share 50% of our DNA with mushrooms. And there are 4 different types of mushrooms. And the one I want to talk about is superfood, and it will detoxify your body. So we have the reishi mushroom, which has been used for thousands of years and was once decreed to be exclusive for the Chinese emperors. The reishi mushroom has been used to treat liver disease, hepatitis, nephritis, which is kidney inflammation, high blood pressure, arthritis, neurasthenia, insomnia, bronchitis, asthma, and gastric ulcers. It's also said to benefit the heart and many other health ailments and concerns. And anything with itis means inflammation, so it will cover any of that. We have both coffee, tea, hot cocoa, and our spore capsules and our mycelium capsules. The spores are the seeds of the mushroom, and our company has learned how to, since there's two shells, learned how to crack both those shells. Other companies have not. So we give you the most benefits from those spores. And also the mycelium is the mushroom's nervous system and what we would call the roots. So when the mushrooms are in the ground, their roots extend out a long distance and they mingle with the trees. And when you walk in a forest, the mushrooms and the trees know that you're there because of the vibration of your steps. So let's talk about coffee. Generally speaking, there were 2.25 billion cups of coffee consumed yesterday. Did you know that 53% of your average and even high-end coffees contain mold, pesticides, and heavy metals? And you do not want that in your body because the long-term dangers of the consumption of those can be heart attack, Alzheimer's, dementia, and even cancer, as well as with these coffees daily having the jitters all the time. And as Tamara said, like you really go, but it's because of the jitters and because of the bad effects. Well, the reishi mushroom counteracts that. So Dr. Bob, who tells me all of the medical benefits that I've just mentioned, he has 5 Organo Gold coffees per day, and he doesn't get the jitters. It just keeps him going and going and going so he can educate other people about the coffee. The reishi in the coffee in my online store has 8 health certificates, including being kosher, halal, organic, and eco-friendly. It neutralizes the caffeine, as I've said before, and the pH level. Therefore, it gives you a sense of calm and well-being. And we all need that in our lives because there's so much pressure for anxiety. And you get the amazing benefits of this clean coffee, the reishi mushroom, eliminating body toxins, detoxifying your liver, lowering your bad LDL cholesterol, and rejuvenating your cells. We could all use that as we get older to have our cells rejuvenated. And it strengthens your immune system. What have we been fighting for recently? It's a virus, and it is antiviral and antibacterial. It fights this for you. And any upcoming viruses too is not made for one specific virus. It's made for all viruses. It's antiviral. It eradicates bacteria and parasites, and it calms your anxious thoughts. And it improves your sleep. Who could use sleep improvement? I'll bet you we all could. The royal coffee that I have with the reishi also contains cordyceps mushrooms, and lion's mane mushrooms. The lion's mane mushroom improves your brain function, and we could all use that as business people. And it speeds up recovery from the nervous system injuries. And it's my choice for the morning coffee because the cordyceps helps strengthen your lungs and helps clear your bronchial tubes. So this coffee just is so amazing to me, and it's a medium roast. In Japan, the government has officially listed reishi as an adjunct herb for treating cancer, as well as other aforementioned ailments. I also use the red tea with reishi and cordyceps before bedtime to dispel a cough and get a good night's sleep. I will put my online store in the chat for those who wish to purchase product. And for those who are serious about bringing these reishi infused products to others or building a worldwide business, I will include my website. And that is all I have to say right now. So if you've got any questions, I'm open to those questions.
But you know what? You said that's all you have for right now. You gave us so much information that I had no idea that mushrooms did for you. I knew they were good for me. I knew they should be in my diet, and they are in my diet almost every day, if not every day. Not the reishi mushroom, though. That one's not. So is that a mushroom you can get in the grocery store, Grace?
No, it's not. And I'll tell you why. Because there are 4 different kinds of mushrooms. They're the poisonous, which you don't want to be near. There are the hallucinogenic, which are dangerous, and you don't want them either. Then there are the edible mushrooms, and they're the ones you're going to find in your grocery store that you can eat. A lot of people find them delicious. Some are allergic to them. But then there is the superfood mushrooms, and that's what the reishi mushroom is. And the reishi mushroom is so bitter that you wouldn't want to eat it by itself. It is terribly bitter. It's awfully bitter. That's why the company that I'm with has taken, you know how a mushroom is kind of like this with the stalk and then the umbrella top. It uses both parts of that reishi mushroom, whereas some companies only use the stalk and it doesn't have as much health benefits in it. So they've taken that reishi mushroom and they've ground it all down to, you know, just like very powdery, and they have infused it into the coffee and the tea. So we get the benefits of it without the taste, because it tastes like coffee. It doesn't taste like mushrooms. And the tea, the red tea, is so mild. It's beautiful. You can mix it with anything or just have it by itself. It is fabulous to eat with any dinner because it's so mild. It goes with any meal that you might have. And the green tea, well, it tastes like green tea, but it has the benefit of the reishi mushroom in it.
Awesome.
And lion's mane and cordyceps you can get. I've never tasted them, so I don't know what they taste like. But as for the reishi mushroom, it is very, very bitter.
Okay, that's good to know. I had no idea. So who has a question or comment for Grace? Heather, unmute and let me know, what have you found fascinating, or maybe an aha moment with what Grace has to say?
I love all of the benefits she said. I went over Christmas to get a blood analysis done, and a lot of the products that she was saying is what I need for liver or different functions in my body, whether it's to help with parasites or you name it. But I just love, so I would highly recommend you looking into Grace's product just for the health benefits of it, for sure.
Awesome, awesome. Nadia, what do you have to say for Grace? What did you think?
Oh, well, I know what she's talking about, and I use those. So yeah, I have a friend here that for 10 years ago I started using those, and
Now, do you
those
drink the coffee or the tea or the cocoa? What do you use?
coffee,
Okay.
especially the latte one. I love the latte.
That's awesome. So, and Heather, which one do you use? Do you use the coffee, the tea?
I haven't as per se yet used it, but I've looked at it, and then of course you get distracted. So I need to, if you post it, I will look into it again. Thanks for the reminder.
Oh, a great
Yes,
reminder.
I will post both where you can purchase it from me and also where you could promote it. So yes, and in the talk on February 14th through Margaret Thorley, I will be speaking more about one of our specific coffees, the Supreme Coffee, which we call the Viagra of our coffee line.
Awesome. I've never heard you say that before. So that's awesome. You know, every time you hear someone speak, no matter how often you hear them, it's always something that really sparks that, oh, I never heard her say that before. Or, oh, I didn't know that. Or, oh, I knew that, but why did I stop doing that? You know, things like that. It's a very friendly touch of a reminder what we should be doing or could have been doing or need to be doing. So what I want to say to everyone is that I hear you, relationship building for yourself, for others, for your mate, for friends, but don't forget about relationship building for you. How can you help Nadia? How are you going to help Heather? Grace? Help each other. Give a friendly little heart, you know, any day, but especially on Valentine's Day, an extra hug, an extra love. You know, you never know the next time you will tell someone, I love you, or have a great day. I love the way your hair looks. Anything, you know, I give smiles away every day. And I hope someone gets happy because I smiled at them. You never know how much you help another person. So the only thing that I have coming up is that I have released my Mastering of Networking course, online course. So please make sure you go and check it out. It's an evergreen course. You get to go in, do the course with a workbook, review it as often as you want. And I have just put so many golden nuggets in it to teach you, to remind you, to define what maybe you are already doing. And you can really get down and get it going in your mind the way you want when you're networking, when you're connecting, when you're collaborating. Maybe you're having issues with your Google Calendar. I put so much in there for you to look at. So also make sure that I'm getting all of your things that are coming up so I can get them in the newsletter, so that I can get them in the emails going out. Heather, I did not know about your Thursday event. Is that every Thursday or just that Thursday? Every Thursday? Do you have a picture or something of that can go with that information? Okay. If you could Facebook me that with the information, that would be great. Grace, I do know that I have the $50 in the member hub, but you know what? I don't think I have that. Do you have a class or anything or a talk coming up, Grace? I know sometimes you have a call that people can join in on.
No, not
Or how about the happening in Canada? Dr. Bob?
we just had, yeah, Dr. Bob came. We just had an event on Saturday in Vaughan, Ontario, which is just north of Toronto. You know, it's only
Already, always make sure you get me that information so I can get it put in the emails and newsletters. You never know who else may want to join you. I'm excited. I hope you took lots of video and lots of pictures and start posting them on Facebook. None?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Make sure that I did put a picture of us, a screenshot. Go to your social media. Let people know what you learned today, what we've been doing today. Also, go into our member group on Facebook and LinkedIn and put your specials, your events coming up, anything else that you want the other members to know that you are doing. Grace, make sure you put your $50 discount, and Nadia's event, your event on Thursdays, Heather, make sure you get that in there. And go out and have your best day ever. Give away some smiles, tell people you love them, and just keep going. And I will see all of you next week for happy hour. If you haven't registered, go register. Bye-bye. Save the chat.